welcome back to Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. I know it's been a while since I've managed to do one of these, but yeah, it's Easter break and I'm at home, so I have my computer back for a little while. So yeah, I'm going to try and get some videos out of tabs and have them uploaded. But here we have a new battle here featuring a faction which I don't think I managed to show off. Which is the Alexander the Great faction that I made, which is different to the Greeks. This is Macedon, based mostly on units from Rome Total War Alexander. And yeah, this is just a phalanx formation that I've set up against some Parthians and Persians. And yeah, we're going to be showing them off. So, starting off here, I'm going to show off the Macedonian units first because I haven't shown them before. But on the flanks of the main phalanx, we have got the good old tried and trusted. You've seen them before, you've seen them, you love them. I don't know what's happened to this guy, but they are mercenary hoplites. So yeah, we've got mercenary hoplites guarding the flanks of the phalanx, and then we have got some mercenary peltasts here as well. And yeah, they're just on the flanks of the phalanx. Yes, I know that that Alexander would have had something like cavalry, you know, some companion cavalry for him. But as it is, cavalry is difficult to make, to say the least, in the unit creator. So yeah, cavalry, you're not going to see much in any battle in tabs until they actually, well, if they ever actually add proper cavalry units in. But yeah, so we've got mercenary hoplites on the flanks here. There's 15 of them plus three peltasts on each side, and then in the main centre line here we have got the phalanx. Here it is, great big wall of spears, very scary, very mean, very dangerous. And right in the middle here we have got let me check. Phalangists. There you go. We've got the phalangists here in the centre line. It's a 7x3 spear wall for the main centre line of the phalanx. You know, strong units in the middle. Normally I wouldn't do this. You know, if normally I would just have the whole front row made up of regular hoplites, but I thought, you know, let's change it up. So yeah, we've got phalangists here in the centre line, the elite units. On each flanks of the phalanx, towards the sides, we have got just regular hoplites, just regular Macedonian hoplites. So yeah, they do look different to the phalangists. As you can see, they have got different shields, they've got different helmets, and they've got different armour on. But yeah, so we've got those guys. And then on the flanks we've got the hypaspis, I believe they're called. Yes, the hypaspis. And they are shorter spears. They're your basic regular spear infantry that aren't hoplites, so they're not using the long sarissas, they are using the shorter infantry spears. But they are on both flanks here, and the phalangists and the hoplites are a 7x3, the hypaspis are a 5x3, so we've got 15 of them compared to 21 of those guys. And then right at the back we have got agrarian javelinmen. So yeah, these are, you know, your general spear throwing infantry, and they're at the back here ready to defend or help defend the phalanx against the incoming Parthian hordes. So for the Parthians here, we've seen them before. I think I've used all of these units in a battle before, but going up against the flanks, against the mercenary hoplites, we have got, you know them, you love them, they're the pink pyjama people from Rome Total War. They are, they've actually managed to make a cohesive front line there. But yeah, they are Eastern infantry. They're your basic terrible infantry, cannon fodder from Rome Total War. They've got big wicker shields. These are the best I can do for wicker shields, yes. And they have got basic spears. They've got no armour, they've got very little health. They're pretty terrible units, but they are good cannon fodder. And so yeah, they're going up against the hoplites, and I wasn't fancying their chances, which is why they are a 7x3 compared to a 5x3, so they have got the numerical advantage over the hoplites, over the mercenary hoplites on each flank. However, these guys have actually managed to make a cohesive front line, and those are pretty big wicker shields. over here, yeah, they're a bit more undisciplined. But yeah, on that flank actually, that's pretty scary. And then for the Parthians, for the main centre line, we've got Parthian or Persian hoplites. They're just your general Greek infantry unit. Not much to really say about them. They're basically the same as a regular hoplite. I think they've got slightly different stats. Their stats vary from hoplite to hoplites that I make, just to keep it a little bit interesting. But yeah, they are slightly different, but generally they're identical to the regular Macedonian hoplites that they're going to be going up against. And then we have got some Parthian swordsmen, I think. Let's double check it. Yeah, Parthian swordsmen. So yeah, Parthian swordsmen here, just because I thought why not use these guys. They're one of the newer Parthian units. So yeah, we got those guys on the flanks of this assaulting phalanx, except it's not really a phalanx because only these guys have actually got spears. And then we have got some Parthian axemen, or Persian axemen. These guys, they're pretty good for the price they are, the gold price. They're 120 gold, I believe, that I've set them. But yeah, these guys are actually pretty good units. They do lots of damage with those axes, and they have pretty decent health. And they are going up against the Hypaspis. As you can see, they're sort of mirrored, so these guys are mostly going to be going up against the Hypaspis, and then these guys hopefully are going to go up against the hoplites, and then the regular hoplites are going to go up against the Phalangists. However, that isn't it for the Parthians. As you can see, they've got no ranged infantry, so no spear throwers or eastern archers. There you go. But they do have some immortals back here. So we've got 9 immortals here with their spears, and then we've got 3 immortal archers who are going to be coming into the battle shortly after its beginning, and they also have brought 5 war elephants as well. And these guys have gotten got an eastern archer on them. So yeah, this is sort of like their ranged cavalry, and also their shock cavalry, their heavy cavalry. It's sort of all of their cavalry. But yeah, those guys are going to be charging in later, hopefully when the phalanx has been broken up a little bit. And yeah, see how they do. So as you can see, they are outnumbered ever so slightly by the Macedonians. They are 4 men down actually, which could make a difference, but at the same time they do also have nearly, well, roughly 3,000 extra gold cost out of their units here. But we'll see how it goes. The Macedonians are going to hold their phalanx whilst the Parthians attack them, except for the flanks. These guys are just going to charge forwards and do whatever. So yeah, we'll see how this goes for them. So let's get into it. So obviously the ranged infantry are going to throw their spears first, which means the mercenary peltasts and the agrarian javelin men are going to throw their javelins first. Indeed, there they go. Let's watch them go over the line. See what happens here. They're probably not going to penetrate the wall. Nope, they didn't. And over here, yeah, they ricocheted them all the way back. So some returning fire there. And in goes the mercenaries, going for the eastern infantrymen. So we'll see how that goes. In goes the first brave Persian axeman, and here comes the rest of them, charging forwards, the phalanx moving forwards to deal with them. Obviously, I can't control how the tabs units act all too much. We've got a hoplite over there who's been chucked. They've managed to somehow drag an axeman over here. Oh, several axemen have actually been dragged over here to back up the eastern infantry. And a war elephant is also coming over here. 2 war elephants are going over to this flank where the mercenaries are... I'm not too sure actually how they're doing. There's one... There goes one of the eastern infantrymen there, but for the main centre line, yeah, it's a bit tough to tell how they're doing. I'm seeing a lot of dead axemen though. I am seeing some moving around in there. How's the Hypaspis doing? The Hypaspis are doing pretty well. Not the Hypaspis, rather the Phalangists. Yeah, they're doing pretty decently. Over here, the One of the immortals has been shot in the back by one of the war elephants, which is not that great for them, but they are at least getting stuck in here. Over here, the flank has collapsed, I do believe. Yes, it has. There are a few mercenary hoplites. Oh, there you go. One of them just stabbed an axeman right in the back there. That's very good. Over here, 2 axemen dealing with a mercenary. On this flank, it's a little bit more cohesive. I say cohesive, there's at least more mercenaries still alive. This guy's going over there for the war elephants. Here comes the first war elephants charging into the main front line, but the Phalanx has managed to push out. They've broken formation, which is not all too brilliant, but at least the centre line of the Phalanx has held pretty well. I'm not seeing too many dead Phalangists in there, or indeed hoplites. Over on this flank though, it's mostly collapsed, I do believe. Ooh. A hoplite managed to get a nice stab there, kill off one of the swordsmen, and oh, Hypaspis just got stabbed right in the shoulder there by one of the Parthian swordsmen. On this flank, yep, it's collapsed. Unfortunately, the axemen did it in for them, but I think also the Eastern infantry also did a bit. Did rather well there. And over here, yeah, it looks like one lone remaining mercenary duking it out against a couple of Eastern infantrymen here, but he is the only one left, and yeah, it looks like these guys have managed to kill the mercenary that was on the ground there, which means it's down to him. Oh, here comes some supporting ranged fire though. Oh, unfortunately, the javelins just missed. Over here, yeah, it looks like they are waiting for the war elephant to come over here. It has finished being distracted by the mercenary, because the mercenary's just been murdered by the Eastern infantry. But let's see how the spears do against the war elephant as it charges in. Over here, yeah, unsurprisingly, the hoplites and the phalangists have made short work of the war elephants. There's just this guy left, but yeah, this line has collapsed unfortunately, and yeah, the remaining swordsmen and axemen are getting stuck into the collapsed, what would this be, left flank if you're looking at it from this direction of the of the Phalanx. The Eastern Archer's been chucked off of his elephant, because his elephant is indeed dead. And these guys, I think, are trying to get to one of the archers who's trapped. Yeah, I think the archer might be trapped under there. Over here, war elephant, unsurprisingly, didn't do too well. There you go, against a wall of spears, and the Eastern Archer has been killed, I think. He looks pretty dead to me, and that means that the remaining Eastern infantry and war elephant is coming over here. Yeah, there are still some Hypaspis left alive here. Unfortunately, the body of the war elephant is absorbing most of these. Oh, unfortunate. Yeah, the body of the elephant was absorbing most of those spears. And over here, yeah, the Eastern infantry have finally managed to come in from the flank. They are taking on the agrarian javelin men, who might be able to defend themselves, but I doubt it. We've got one hoplite here, and of course the standard bearer, who I don't know if he's going to do all too well here against a swordsman. But the other war elephant has been killed, unsurprisingly. It means that this poor archer is now trapped in the middle of all of these guys. Luckily for him, the agrarian javelin men are... Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, the agrarian javelin men are concentrating their attention on the collapsing flank, well, the fully collapsed flank, I should say. Over here, though, yeah, you've still got a bunch of Macedonians. Pretty much once the bodies of these war elephants sink through the floor, yeah, they won't prove too much of a problem. But in goes a nice javelin shot, hits the tusk of the elephant there. Yeah, that was the tusk, not the... Oh, the lovely javelin shot. Lovely javelin shot. Hit the Eastern Archer there. And yeah, that's him gone. That one must have gone between his legs and hit the seat. But, oh, here we go. We've got a hoplite and, of course, the standard bearer getting involved, trying to kill off these remaining Eastern infantry. Over here, the hoplites are trying to make their way through the massive bodies and war elephants to deal with these guys. Oh, down goes an agrarian javelinman there. Unfortunately, they're doing their best, but I'm not seeing them killing all too many of them, which is very unfortunate. You know, he's getting pressed up against all of the eastern infantry. Here goes a javelin shot, but yeah, unsurprisingly, doesn't do much. In comes some of the hypaspists, though. Not hypaspists, the phalangists. Oh. Yeah, Eastern axemen charges in. Well, Parthian axemen, rather, charges in there. And here comes the remaining Macedonian heavy infantry. Going to try and take out this light spear infantry. And, of course, the remaining other melee units. There goes an Eastern infantryman. Unsurprisingly there, I think he might have actually died to one of the agrarian javelinmen there, but in goes some nice javelins. Got to be wary of friendly fire after all. Don't want to suffer too much of that. And over here, yep, the body of the war elephant has. I think this war elephant must have charged forwards and died just as he charged, but the other one has disappeared now, which means that these remaining Macedonians can deal with the sole remaining eastern infantrymen on this flank. And over here, yeah, the charge has been dealt with. The remaining Parthians are being killed, pretty much. There's no other word for it. The eastern infantrymen there are, yeah, really not having too much luck. The Persian axeman here, he's trying his best, but he gets battered by a shield smack from one of the javelinmen. And oh, I think he's actually dead. Yeah, he died from that. A very range shot. I don't fancy that one's chances, to be perfectly honest. Friendly fire, friendly fire, friendly fire, friendly fire. No, friendly fire. Wasn't actually too far off, to be amazed. Oh, that's a lucky dodge from this eastern infantryman. That's also a lucky dodge for the hoplite. These guys are playing very dangerous games with their missiles. Oh, another near hit there. Oh, the mercenaries are still alive over here. I didn't expect that. I didn't know you guys were still alive. Hello, welcome back to the fight. Yeah, I mean, good attempt, but not quite. But yeah, they've been dealt with, and over here on this flank, I believe, yeah, it's been dealt with, which means I'm going to take control of this guy, just to try and stop these guys from being stuck. I'm going to let them go free. Yeah, come on guys. There you go. Just gonna move you over here. Quick. Just to get you out of the way of all of these guys if I can. Yeah, this should be close enough. So, there you go. These guys are now free. I've freed them from their bonds of defense. And oh, that's unfortunate. He managed to block two of the arrows, but the third Immortal's arrow unfortunately struck him down. We managed to catch that just in time. But here comes that was a hoplite, but here comes the here comes how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, yeah, 9. I'm counting. Yeah, that's a headshot. Yeah, okay. 9 phalangists are coming, is what I was trying to say. They're coming over here, and yeah, that was a beautiful headshot from one of those agrarian javelinmen. And the Immortals, yeah, they might be Immortals, but his armor protected him. His armor did protect him from that javelin. It's sort of pierced, but not fully. But he's definitely not going to be feeling too good. And here comes a second one. Oh, that one just missed him. And here comes a javelin, or 2 javelins. One hit his armor, which didn't quite kill him, and one to the arm, definitely, yeah, that killed him. And here comes the remaining. Yeah, Come on. In you come, Phalangists. Come on, charge him. Charge him. Get him down. Yep, there goes one. And a poke with a spear is all it will take. Quick, before some friendly fire happens. There we go. Lovely. Okay, so, yeah. Nice spear thrust. That will kill that immortal archer. So, yeah, the Macedonians won that pretty handily, actually. I've got to say. The flanks didn't survive, which I was surprised at how relatively few Eastern infantrymen casualties there were. But at the same time, I did expect the flanks to collapse eventually, because these guys were outnumbered, and even though they are superior melee infantry to the Eastern infantry do have those massive wicker shields, and there were more of them. Even though these guys did also have their support in the forms of these guys, mercenary peltasts. But yeah, I did expect the flanks to collapse, but I didn't expect them to collapse that easily, as it were. Definitely this flank fell first, which was in no small part due to the Eastern axemen. Although saying that, there are two bodies of Eastern axemen over here, from what I can see. Yeah, two bodies of Eastern axemen over here, so the mercenaries did acquit themselves quite handily there. And of course there are these two dead Eastern infantrymen over here, not sure how, I think from a mercenary peltast? I'm seeing a dead mercenary peltast there, I'm seeing a dead mercenary there. So it might have been the peltasts, it might have been some of the mercenary hoplites, I'm not too sure, but yeah, there's definitely, at least on this flank, more dead hoplites here than there are dead Eastern infantry, but in this flank at least, yeah, the Eastern infantrymen definitely did not do as well compared to the guys on the other flank. And then right here, as you can see, there's basically no dead Macedonians. There are some hypaspis, actually, talking about it. This guy is stuck on the floor. I think he's the standard bearer. He's not dead, as you can see. His eyes are still there. He's not dead. He's just collapsed on the floor. But yeah, there are some dead hypaspis here because this was the right flank of the Phalanx. So yeah, they had to contend with Eastern these guys had to contend with Persian axemen, and like I said, they are pretty good units, and as we can see here, the hypaspis definitely did not do very well at all. But yeah, the Eastern infantrymen coming over here definitely didn't make much headway. And yeah, the war elephants obviously didn't do massively well either. The collapse of the left flank of the Phalanx has left a considerable number of dead on both sides. You got dead hypaspis in here. Yeah, they pretty much swept through, but I think, yeah, it was roughly around here where the main centre line of the Phalanx held, and that meant that they could just turn, and the delaying action of the flanks actually did help, because the delaying action of these guys meant that the main centre line was able to deal with their income of Parthians and Persians, which allowed them to have dealt with these guys by the time these guys swept through, and they could turn to meet the new threat without exposing their sides to other threats, because they sort of effectively dealt with this side and then were able to deal with the outflanking manoeuvre. So yeah, the Parthians didn't make too much headway here, but yeah, even so, there is quite a number of dead here. I think most of these guys are just dead hoplites and hypaspis. I'm not seeing many, if any, dead Phalangists. Yeah, I'm sort of looking for their shields and their helmets for the most part, but I'm really not seeing any of them. Yeah, because these are all hoplite shields. As you can see, this guy is a hoplite, that's his shield. So yeah, I'm seeing loads of hoplite shields, or well, a bunch of hoplite shields, I should say. But yeah, I'm not seeing really any hypaspis. Well, not hypaspis, Phalangists. Yeah, I'm really not seeing any elite infantry dead over here, which is yeah, pretty impressive. Talking of pretty impressive, you know what wasn't? The Immortals. Yeah, they're all dead right here. They came up against the Phalangists and died. Really, that's all they did. They sort of came over here, they died. One of them got killed by friendly fire. But yeah, they sort of arrived on the Wall of Spears and died on the Wall of Spears, which is what I was sort of expecting. We've got a hoplite still. No, we've got a Phalangist there. We've got another Phalangist there. Quite a few Phalangists actually still alive. That's a lot of elite infantry still alive, because we got how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Phalangists. 10. No, not you. 10. There you go. 11 there. 12 Phalangists. Yeah, that's 12 Phalangists that I'm counting, who are all still alive. Out of 21, that's like nearly half of them. In fact, that's actually slightly over half of them. Yeah, that's slightly over half the Phalangists are still alive at the end of the battle, which is, yeah, that's really, really not bad at all. And yeah, we still have a considerable number of hoplites, as you can see. Decent number of hoplites still alive, and we do still have these 3 mercenary peltasts who ran, which was not that bad of an idea, to be fair. And yeah, we do obviously have hoplites and agrarian javelinmen here who were still alive. But yeah, so that was a simple little phalanx. You know, phalanxes work here in tabs, and yeah, I just wanted to use the Macedonians pretty much, and yeah, that went pretty well as far as I can tell for the Macedonians. That was a solid victory for them, even though they were outcosted. They slightly outnumbered the Parthians, but I reckon if the Parthians had, you know, 10, 20 extra guys, they still wouldn't have managed to win. So yeah, I'll thank you for watching, and goodbye.